Hey, Facebook, what's up? I'm here with Derek Klein, founder and CEO of HailTrace. Been doing some live videos. Just want to make sure that we introduce all the SRC participants to all the speakers, vendors, just some of the people that will be down there, some of our industry friends, and got a great personal friend and boss, Derek Klein, here today to talk about some of the things that are happening at the SRC Summit. I think a lot of people are looking forward to your hail forecast. We'll get to that in a minute. You're also going to be on the marketing panel, so I'd love to talk to you about that and how you think that's going to go, and why you're excited about being on the marketing panel.
Well, I love marketing. Obviously, we built this entire set just for marketing purposes, right? I think it's been one of the huge things that has helped HailTrace a lot. Has just been our ability to market, and really like create content for the industry, and how teaching the industry has been more valuable to the industry, and also more valuable for us in our marketing efforts at the same time. So I guess, one of the things I'm excited to talk about is how marketing can serve a dual purpose, how actually investing in the people that you're marketing to in return enhances your marketing efforts. And so I think that'll be something fun to talk about on that panel. I know a lot of the people that are on the panel are really awesome, and so there's going to be a lot of learning, but I know that's something that they all grasp a hold of too in their marketing efforts.
Yeah, that should be a great panel. I think marketing is one thing that whether you like it or not, it's a valuable part of your business, and some people have a negative connotation and some people have a really positive outlook on it. But one of the things I love about the marketing panel is just like everything else with the SRC Summit is just the actionable stuff that you can take and put into practice right away. Can you give maybe something that you might talk about during the marketing panel that roofers will be able to do? Maybe give us a teaser about something you might talk about.
Well, I definitely want to focus on social media, specifically Facebook. So that'll be a really big target audience for me, at least. That's something that we've excelled at, is our ability to reach people on Facebook. I think we reached 5 million people last year organically. Like we didn't pay for it. We organically reached 5 million people last year. So I think creating that ability is something that's very powerful, and really just how to build a message that is organic and can go out. So that's something that I want to talk about a lot. And then just kind of tail off on everything else that other people, where I can assist at.
Nice. So this is our third year at the SRC Summit. I think this is the third year that the SRC, as it's currently named, has taken place. So what initially got you jazzed about the first SRC Summit, and why does HailTrace just keep coming back to the SRC Summit?
So for me, I think in choosing conferences that we go to, there are two things that we like to look at. One is our contractors actually attending the event. Now, for the SRC Summit, the first year, we didn't know how many were going to go. So how did we decide that? Well, I feel like contractors will come if there's great content. And April had an all-star lineup and continues to do so. But she had an all-star lineup of speakers. And that's what I was like, if you bring the content, kind of fill the dreams, they'll come, right?
Yeah,
but it's literally that was what it was for me. I was like, if the content is there, they'll be there. And so the content was there. I still remember the first year they had, I don't remember what the guy's name was, but he did the memorization. Memorized everybody's name, and it was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
You didn't memorize his name, though.
I did not know, because maybe I didn't learn what I should have learned in that one.
I didn't either, though. So.
But I guarantee somebody in the audience now is obviously working, so I think I only saw half of his presentation.
Ron White, that's who it was. Ron White.
White.
Yep.
Yep. Tater's what I think of.
No, that was cool. Also, Roger Staubach was there, but I think that's a cool part about April's conference is she looks to bring people from not just inside of our industry down to this event that can pour things into our industry. So that's pretty cool. And Keith Craft is the guy that's going to be there this year.
I'm excited to hear.
Yeah,
I've heard some amazing things about him.
Yeah, I've looked at some of his stuff online. He's a really good speaker. He's a pastor, so I'm super pumped to hear from him. And then obviously Jim Johnson will be there as the industry keynote.
Never go wrong with
Jim
Johnson.
You can never go wrong with Jim Johnson. He'll be great. Speaking of keynotes, you're also giving a keynote. You're going to be detailing your 2021 hail forecast. So
Yeah.
the Hail Trace team does a lot of research over the off season and puts this together.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us about the 2021 hail forecast?
I'll make one promise for 2021. I'm gonna look in the camera so you guys know I'm serious. It will hail in the United States in 2021.
You heard it here first.
Guaranteed.
You're-
Guaranteed.
I mean,
100%. I mean, you don't get a 100% chance in forecasting very
no,
often.
you really don't. And I think that's one of the main reasons why people probably jumped on here, so they could get a bold prediction from you just like that. So
Yeah.
you're welcome, Facebook world, for that 100% guarantee.
I'll take it another step. It will hail in at least 40 states in the United States in 2021. Huh?
Dang.
40 of them will get hail.
Dang. There you
I
go.
could probably do 50, but that's too bold for me. Maybe 49.
Can you give us a little insight into, because like obviously the people that work here at
Yeah.
Hail Trace, we kind of see what goes into that, but it's really fun to see like a group of people like we have here get really excited about the forecast and putting that together. And can you give the audience a little bit of insight into what that looks like, how you guys start, and what goes into that?
Well, we have, so John, our lead meteorologist, he does a ton of research.
He knows a thing or two.
He does know a thing or two, right? I mean, he wins like forecasting events, basically. Like, he's that good. Gets meteorologists all over the country. So we're, it's a pretty powerful resource that we have, and we use him. Use him and abuse him.
He would probably agree to that. In fact, he's producing this live video right now. So
He's sitting back there. I think he's ignoring us, so he doesn't try not to blush. But no, so some of the research that he goes into. So there's like some of the oscillations of the ocean. There are different things that he looks at. We look a lot at the Pacific Ocean. That plays a big role. So La Nina, El Nino, but not even just in the El Nino or the La Nina, but what phase of it it's in, and is it more centrally located in the Pacific, or is it closer to to the South American coast, or to the west side of the Pacific Ocean? So there's a ton of stuff that goes into it, and then all of that stuff directly or indirectly affects our weather patterns that we have, and everything's generalities. So it's not, you can't say on May 3rd this weather event's going to happen, but you can say generally, if you were to say, let's say the state of Georgia averages 150 hail events in a year. Let's just say, and that could be like 10 events on one day and 5 events on another day, right? Or maybe the state of Georgia averages 10 hail days in a year, right? So what we want to do is we want to take that number and we want to say, is that going to be accurate this year? Are they going to get 10 days this year, or are they going to get 5 days? That's kind of been the norm lately, is like if you're in the southeast, just take the number of hail days you're used to receiving and almost cut it in half. And so this weather pattern that we see shaping up, if we go back and look at other years that had that same weather pattern, where did it hail and how often did it hail in those areas? And so that, it just gives you an idea of what the chance that big hail might occur. So you could say, say you're in Dallas and you want, we're going to be in Dallas, right? And you want big hail. I could probably say there's about 100% chance that it will hail in Dallas this year. That they're going to get that, right? It's going to hail. But compared to a normal year, what's it going to look like? Because it's going to hail in Dallas every year. But is it going to be a weak storm, or is it going to be a big storm? We can kind of try to hone in on what the chances are of them having an above average year. So last year, I would say, was probably close to average, or maybe just slightly below average, but they'd had a series of above average years, and so it felt a lot worse than what it actually was, whereas last year was more typical. So you want to try to weigh all that in and go, okay, history says North Texas. So we're going to say North Texas, not just the Dallas metro. History says when the weather pattern sets up like it is, North Texas sees a lot more hail, or normal amount of hail, or less hail. And that's what we'll try to do. And we'll try to break that down across the country, and then try to break it down into time slots as well. So are we going to see hail in February?
Yeah.
Or are we going to have to wait till May before we start seeing all the good hail? So we'll kind of try to break all that down and give you guys chances of that happening. And
go from there.
Usually we're pretty close.
I'm always amazed at how our forecast shapes up throughout the whole year, and that's great insight, because I think sometimes people think like, hey, it's January 1st, what's our forecast look like? Like we're just throwing something at a wall and hoping something sticks, and like, okay, it looks like it's stuck on Dallas, so I guess Dallas is getting hit this year. There's a lot of research and time that goes into this forecast, and it's not something that we take lightly. And we're putting our name behind it. You're putting your name behind it, and John is putting his name behind it. And if we're wrong, people will call us out. So we want to make sure that
Denver, what do you think?
we're as precise and painstakingly looking over all the data that we can. So I think that's some great insight, and hopefully you guys got some good insight into what that looks like. Another thing that separates the SRC Summit from a lot of other trade shows or conferences is the Roofing Olympics. That's been something that's really fun, and as a company we've had some ping pong, or we had a ping pong tournament here in the office, and I thought that was a lot of fun, a lot of camaraderie, and just a good time.
Just because you won.
I feel like I would have had fun even if I didn't win, but it is nice to win because I'm a really competitive person. So how has that prepared the Hail Trace team to go down to the SRC Summit and potentially dominate at some ping pong at the Roofing Olympics?
I mean, I feel like our top 5 seeds are pretty legit in our office. I mean, I don't know how they're going to hang with everybody, but you got you, me, and Brandon were all top 5 seeds, right?
Yeah.
Frank was in there. Who are we missing? Third. Why can I not remember who the other seeds are?
I don't know who
I can't remember.
Frank knows.
Yeah, Frank knows every time. Tony, so he won't be there either. But we have, you were our you finished number 1. You won the tournament. We had a tournament. We had a season, the whole thing. Brandon didn't get to compete at the end because he was out of town, but he was definitely a top seed. He was a 1 or 2.
Yeah, I was the beneficiary of Brandon not competing there at the end. I think so.
He was very competitive. He'll be at SRC Summit, and I'll be there. And I was 3 or 4 seed. I'm not. I'm more of a defender. I kind of just sit back there and whack the ball when it comes back and
get it on the table.
Get lucky every now and then. So
absolutely.
But I don't know. I think we're gonna have a shot to be there in the finals. Maybe somebody will.
No, I think
it's. Is anybody who, like, what roofing companies have ping pong tables in their break rooms?
I don't know. I don't know of anybody or of any, but I'm not sure.
Some.
There has to be some.
I
see some of their videos that they put up, and they're some of them are playing basketball in their warehouse. So surely somebody's got to.
That's not going to help them with ping pong, though.
That's true. Besides ping pong, is there an event you're excited about with the Roofing Olympics?
Is there cornhole?
There is cornhole.
I love me some cornhole.
Cornhole is another fun game.
I
mean, we'll see. I think there was a few roofing companies that did pretty well at cornhole last year. I don't think we were able to field a team because we were busy running around and doing some other stuff.
I couldn't make it last year. We literally got COVID year, right? It's completely different. So
not as much going on right now.
Come to the show, right? Yeah, I think she's almost sold out too.
Yep.
So if you don't have tickets, you may not be able to get them. So.
Yeah, get on there right now. src.com, www.srcsummit.com. Sorry. Correct myself there. Use the code HAIL for $100 off your ticket.
Caps.
All caps. Yeah, that's correct. Use all caps. HAIL,
not ELL. AIL.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, we are almost sold out of tickets. So if you want to go and you need to go for sure, you got to get your tickets right now.
She has like a limit to the number of people that can be at COVID, and so
there's a protocol.
There's she's almost there. So when I say she, I'm talking about April Hall.
Right. Right.
For those of you that don't know April, but get your tickets. But we were talking about something, cornhole. How busy we were last year. I think I flew in the day that I was speaking, and then we all it was funny. All of us we had to go. Some went to the airport, some went to this other airport.
Yeah.
And then some flew to Florida, and I can't remember where I went. I think I went to.
Me and Frank flew to Florida
or something.
I mean, we literally went straight from the SRC Summit to the airport and flew to to Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, and then I think I flew to Cincinnati. It was like we just all scattered and went to different trade shows.
Well, I think there was a time where we thought you may not have even made it to the SRC Summit for your forecast. So we're like, is he going to make it?
Or something?
Yeah. I was like, is he going to make it in time? Like, who's going to give this forecast? Or are we just
this year I just got to drive 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully traffic's not too bad on the way to Dallas.
Sure, it's not going to be terrible, but who's the speaker or vendor or contractor that you know is going to be there that you're most excited about seeing?
Man, there's a bunch of good ones. I know. I'm trying to think. Obviously you've got Jim Johnson.
Jim Johnson's always delivers for sure.
He teaches me stuff, and I'm not a contractor because again, I feel like his stuff is not just contractor based. Like I've learned so much from Jim Johnson. So
yeah.
I listen to every one of his speeches when I get a chance. I'm lucky that I get to fly around.
Yeah.
He's usually a lot of the same stuff
Absolutely.
I'm at. So I feel pretty cool that I get to see that. I'm trying to think who all is actually going to be there. There's a ton of people going to be there. So which one is most impactful to me? He's always been most impactful to me because he teaches stuff that's not just construction
Absolutely.
related.
It
but
overlaps with a lot of different industries for sure.
So that's always one of my favorites.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So Keith
Kraft, yeah,
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
one.
He's going to be good.
That's going to be a really good leadership type of speech. And I love leadership talks, so love them. Love them.
All right, so I try to ask this question to everybody that I've interviewed so far, and I'll ask you the same. If I'm sitting on the fence and I just can't decide whether or not I should go to the SRC Summit, what would you tell me to just push me over the edge and just go ahead and pull the trigger? Let's buy those tickets.
Man, so it's all about there's a couple of things that you're going to get from this show, and it's all about investing in your company. And so when you look at your company, you have to decide, am I going to work in my business or am I going to work on my business? Right? And so working in your business would be the mindset or the idea that I'm going to go out and sell roofs. I'm going to be on site for production and all those type of things, right? And there are seasons where we have to do that, and I get that 100%. And there are seasons within your company life where that may be all that you have to do as an owner, right? If you're the only guy or there's one or two guys within the company, you're going to work on your business a lot.
Yeah.
Or you're going to work in your business a lot. Going to this trade show, though, is working on your business, right? So you're going to network with a lot of really, really great people. So you're going to get to hear things that other successful companies are doing. You're going to become friends with other successful companies, and you're going to learn from them lifetime, right? That's something that you're going to get forever and ever. It's never going to go away. You're going to get to hear people that are going to talk, that are going to drop little nuggets. And the best thing that I can tell you when you hear all this stuff is to just write one or two things down. Don't try to comprehend everything. Write one or two things down, try to take a couple things back, and then go back and plug that into and on your business. So first two things, you're going to get networking, you're going to get great speeches. All those things are going to invest on your business, long-term and short-term.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quick and return. The other thing is you've got all these different technologies and different companies that are going to be there exhibiting their product, and so it gives you the time to see the cutting edge stuff, like what is new in the industry. We're going to be rolling out new stuff this year. Like we've been working on a lot of stuff that's really, really, really cool. We invested a lot of money. We worked a lot on our business last year when COVID was going on, and we're seeing a lot of really cool things that are coming from it. And so we're going to be rolling out some of that stuff. So coming there gives you the opportunity to see that stuff, feel it, touch it, see how it works, and then decide if buying that makes sense for you. So all these different companies that are there, you get to meet the people that you're going to be buying from in person. Make sure they're not shady, So,
yeah, absolutely.
Right. So I would say those would be my top three things.
Nice.
Like you have to come for those three things alone. And I mean, I'd pay $1,000 for that. Like easily, I'd pay $10,000 for
April's
that.
like, wait, should I change the prices real quick? Number 4, the forecast. Obviously,
Wow.
You come see the forecast.
Yeah,
we're not biased or anything.
Yeah.
I'm sold. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go to the SRC Summit. That's a great segue though into my final question. Can you give the audience a little teaser as to what we might be unveiling or releasing
Ooh.
at the SRC Summit. Some new technology.
Well, there's
Yeah.
definitely some new technology, right? And some of it's not even ready. I mean, we're still like we don't have a date on some
Yeah.
of it, but some of it we are ready. So I can tell you the best of both worlds would be involved in what we're rolling out. So why
Is that a hint?
why get one thing, or why choose one or the other when you could actually have both, right? So
There's your hint.
So when you think about our technology, there's a couple of different ways to generate our technology, right?
Yep.
So why get one or the other when you could just have both in the same platform? That would be a pretty good hint, I think.
Yeah, I think Hannah Montana said the best of both worlds is always good.
Did she?
Or something like that. I don't
Did she?
know.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. No,
That
there's
was
your
not
hint.
Miley.
Best
Miley
of both
Cyrus
worlds.
was not Hannah Montana, right? Which one was she?
Yeah,
It is?
Yeah,
It
she
is?
was,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
She was
Okay.
Hannah Montana.
She
was learning.
also said something about a wrecking ball and
This conversation is about to derail. So the new technology that we're going to release, I think that's a great hint. We'll leave that for you guys to try to figure out. And obviously, if you want to know more, come to the SRC Summit. Again, www.srcsummit.com. Use the promo code HAIL, all caps, HAIL, for $100 off your tickets. I had another question. Now I can't remember what it was because the Miley Cyrus.
I didn't start that, by the way. I just went with it.
That's fair. So I'm excited to go down there. Hail Trace is excited to be a part of the SRC Summit once again. That's what I was going to say. The free exchange of ideas. I think that was the point I was going to make. The free exchange of ideas that the SRC Summit offers, where everybody's just kind of shooting towards the same goal, and everybody wants what's best for the policyholder or their customers. And it's not like, well, I don't want to give you information because you're my competitor. It's all like, hey, let's just put it all out there. This is what works for me. Hey, what works for you? And I think that's, to your point earlier on one of your points of why you should go to the SRC Summit. I think that you can't overstate that enough. That's a huge thing to have is that free exchange of ideas. And I think that's another thing that sets it apart. Like you said, is just everybody's on the same page. Let's learn from each other and let's go. Any parting thoughts before we go?
I just have a Miley Cyrus song stuck in my head now.
Oh man, that's fair. That's fair. Well, I want to thank you for letting me go be the MC, because obviously that takes me away from Hail Trace duties a little bit. So I'm down there, representing Hail Trace, but I'm also being the MC. So I appreciate you letting me, cut me loose to go do that. It's a lot of fun. I think that helps Hail Trace too, though. So it should be a blast. I'm excited to see everybody at the SRC Summit. I'm excited to see people that we haven't seen in a long time because of COVID.
You know what I think that people need?
What's that?
They need to hear DJ Matty G. Let's hear it. Sample. What's it going to be like? What's the DJ voice? MC.
I should have known. You're the only person that would put me on the spot like that.
You could introduce a Miley Cyrus song just now.
Ooh.
It's a party in the USA.
John's not going to play it because of copyright. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Put your hands together for Miley Cyrus singing "Party in the USA." Is that a trademark infringing? Can I say that on
I don't know.
my video? I don't know. That's the best I could do on the spot.
We'll just blur out your mouth whenever you say it.
Does that suffice?
Works for me.
Okay, great. Again, we've got a promo code for you. Tickets are almost sold out. Get your tickets now. www.srcsummit.com. Use the promo code HAIL, all caps, HAIL. Get those tickets before they're gone. And we'll see you guys this weekend. It's going to be a great conference. Derek, thanks for coming on with me. Thanks for all you do. Excited to see the forecast. And we'll see you guys at the summit.
See ya.